All right, guys, welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Mike Sports, and welcome to the New Year. I'm your host, Michael Beckford. In today's topic, we're going to talk about something that just is my biggest pet peeves, and that's the fact that these NFL owners, which are majority white owners, these NFL owners, they tend to fire black coaches at an alarming rate quicker than their white counterparts. We'll get into this in a moment. This is 5 Minutes with Mike Sports with your host, Michael Beckford.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow.
Alright guys, so this is why I say that black coaches are pretty much placeholders for whatever these majority white owners really want. And usually it's going to be a white guy. It's usually going to be a white coach, a white GM that they truly want. But they put these black coaches as a placeholder, okay? And I'm just going to go down the list. Jared Mayo for the Patriots. These are one and dones, by the way, right here. Jared Mayo for the Patriots 2024. They gave him 1 year. He was done. Antonio Pierce 2024 of the Raiders. Lovie Smith of the Texans 2022, they gave him 1 year. David Culley, Texans, 2021. Steve Wilkes of the Cardinals, 2018. Romeo Crennel, the Chiefs, 2012. Hugh Jackson, Raiders, 2011. Now, I must say this, though. With the Lovie Smith and David Culley situation of the Texans, at least the Texans hired another black coach who's actually having a very, very successful tenure right now with the Houston Texans. I believe he's been there for like 3 years now. So, and they've had winning records each year that he's been there and going to the playoffs each year as well. So, shouts out to the current Houston Texans, DeMarco, for what he's been doing with the Texans, especially their defense. Lights out defense they do. So, all right, now here's the coaches that gotten fired after 2 seasons. As recent as, well, the reason that got my blood boiling, Raheem Morris of the Falcons, 2025 this year, had 1 season, 1 and done. 2 seasons. Brian Flores had 3 years with the Dolphins, but he had a winning record when they fired him. And Vance Joseph of the Broncos, 2018, Jim Caldwell of the Colts back in 2011. Guys, why does this matter? Well, the reason it matters is because of the fact that I feel like for these white owners, these black coaches are kind of like the DI picks for just kind of get their DI obligations, diversity, equity, inclusion obligations out. DI just pretty much out the door with companies, and this is why Target has faced such a backlash because, they were for diversity, equity, inclusion, and then Trump got in office, and now they did a complete about face, but guess what? Their profits have also done an about face as well. So hiring black and minorities is a good thing. But anyway, getting down to the black coaches, because majority of the players that as we all know are black that's in the league. These teams, and we saw it with Robert Kraft, we had the black coach that was there, and then he hired who he really wanted, which was the guy from the Titans, which right now the Patriots are going to the playoffs, doing a really good deal. But why does this stuff matter? Why does it matter? What it matters is when it comes down to rebuilding a team, for most coaches, it takes about 3 to 4 years to truly get through all those kinks, to change the culture around, to, start a new cycle. 3 to 4 years. And we only giving a coach 1 year like Raheem Morris, and I won't be surprised if the coach from Glenn from the Jets maybe only get 1 year as well. And I do believe the Bucks, the coach with the Bucks, the black coach with the Bucks, I think his number could be number 2, but I'm not gonna speak that into the atmosphere because I think he's a great coach. And the point of the matter is, if you're only giving a guy 1 year, What the hell are you really talking about? What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? You giving a guy 1 year to turn a program around? A losing team? Like the Raiders? Or, these other losing organizations that continue to lose, like the Jets? At some point or another, you got to think, well, maybe it's something that we're doing as ownership that ain't right. But on the flip side of it all, we often see that although the black coaches may get 1 year, 2 year, 3 year if they lucky, and meaning if they had a not so great seasons, maybe 500, maybe they didn't win. But this episode of 5 Minutes with Mike is brought to you by Padsplit. In a pinch and need a place to stay for cheap, try Padsplit and get $25 credit once approved for a room near you. Locations and restrictions apply. Hit the link below and get approved for your next room. Now, do you have a vacant home that's been listed on the market forever? Make money from your home today using Padsplit. Earn passive income and make it a Padsplit home today. Link in the description below. 3 years if they get lucky, at most, right? Their white counterparts are only going to get 4 to 5. Okay? And when I say lucky, once again, most black coaches are fired within the first 2 years if they don't have winning seasons. So it's like a Barack Obama. When Barack Obama went into office, the country and the government, everybody expected Obama, this black man, to come save them from what all these other white men did 40-something presidents before him. Okay? We expected him just make this great grand old turnaround when the economy was to crap, when the housing crisis was bad. We expected Obama to just boop, it's gonna all be better. Because guess what? We hired you and we gonna fire you, right? But we hired you because obviously this boy over here wasn't doing it right. So now we gotta go. We gonna let you. You know what I'm saying? You gonna let you, Mr. Colored person. You know what I'm saying? Get into the White House, which is built by black people, by the way. But we gonna let you kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like we gonna let you kind of just check a few things. But if it ain't working out, within that, it's gonna fire you. And that's pretty much the mentality when it comes. I had a bad Southern accent. Sorry, guys. A bad Southern white accent. Oh my gosh. But the point of the matter is basically saying for these black coaches, we'll give you 1 year, maybe 2, if you're lucky. 3, ooh, you're real lucky. But if you give us 2 losing seasons, you out of there, boy. You're out of there. And that's the problem. The problem is you're not giving them an opportunity, a fair shake. That's the problem. And so that's why I'm saying that these particular black coaches are just in there as placeholders. Raheem Morris most likely is going to be replaced by a white coach. Okay. And at the end of the day, Raheem Morris may go to be an assistant somewhere. Or he may have to sit out for a whole year before he can find another coaching job, period. I don't see him being a head coach anytime soon. There's nobody that's going to pick up a Raheem Morris at this particular time. Not because of the fact that he's a bad coach, but because of the fact that the Atlanta Falcons, which is not on Raheem Morris, is actually on the GM, which they also fired the GM too, by the way, recently. But Raheem Morris doesn't have the pocketbook to say, hey, we want to bring $100 million. We want to, get this $100 million contract to this player that's been aging and hurt. And who I'm talking about? I'm talking about the backup. I'm talking about Kirk Cousins. Kirk freaking Cousins, who's been having some big paydays throughout the years, by the way. Kirk Cousins, ailing quarterback, aging quarterback. They get this man $100-some million to sit on the bench. First of all, I wouldn't give no man $100-some million after having such an injury that he had at Minnesota. Didn't even play an entire year with Minnesota. But y'all bring him in and give him this big time contract, and then now you start your rookie, right? You put your rookie in his place, Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. ended up doing pretty decent, but Penix Jr. got hurt. So all of these situations cost Raheem Morris his job, but Raheem Morris can't go out there and play a down of football. He can only build a program as best as he could. But guess what? You're not giving a man a chance to build if you only give him a year or 2. You're not. Crazy. Is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Yes, Atlanta Falcons should be a better team. Yes, Atlanta Falcons should be in playoff contention. But if you're starting to you trusting yourself to say that, oh, this is the rebuild year, and you guys passed on the great Bill Belichick at the time from picking him up, but you got the Atlanta Falcons head coach that you just fired him after a year, Raheem. Then what are you really building? Okay, I got it. You wasn't planning on building anything, Raheem. You're planning on finding someone that looks like you, Mr. Owner. Okay? You plan on finding someone that looks like you and put him in a place to oversee grown men. That's what it is. Okay? We are in a situationship where at the end of the day, if you're a black head coach, good luck. When you're white head coach, we're going to give you time. We're going to give you grace. Black head coach, good luck. White head coach, give you time, give you grace. There's not one black coach, I can guarantee you this. Not one black coach in the NFL right now that's been at a team for more than 4 years and has a losing record. Find me that black coach. Put it in the comments. Find me that black coach. I can tell you that right now. If there's a black coach that's been losing for 4 years straight with a team that had a losing record, that's what I'm saying, a losing record for the last 4 years, find me that black coach that's still on that staff. Or over that particular team as head coach. I'll be waiting in the comments. Thank you guys for the episode of 5 Minutes with Mike. Please like and subscribe, share, and comment. Have a blessed day. This episode of 5 Minutes with Mike is brought to you by Michael D. Beckford's newest book, Homeboys. Everybody has a homeboy or friends call his own. The best friend you kick it with at the family barbecue. The one you trust to bring around your lady without raising a red flag. A homeboy will play video games, smoke, and chill. A homeboy is a nigga you can ride or die, and the one you sleep with on the low. Homeboys, available in ebook and paperback or wherever books are sold.